Hello, fellow human! Welcome back to another Dank Doggo / Choosing Beggar videos. Let's be honest here. Have you guys ever stolen anything that you really want? Or you would have never done such a thing? The first story is posted by /PuppyLover 2004. CB tries to commit theft. So, for some backstory. I'm 15 and sell art and stuff at the craft shows, and I look like an easy pushover according to most people. Cass, me, CB, Karen, or Choosing Beggar, M, Mom, and M, Nice Man. On to the story. So a few weeks ago, my town was holding a craft show in which I was selling steampunk necklaces and some handmade chokers, dog collars, and art pieces, as well as few other things. The necklaces are $10 pre-made or $15 custom. Quite reasonable for the amount of people buying them, supplies needed, and the time taken to make them. Apparently, $15 was too much for the CB. CB, while I'm taking a custom for my young man. Excuse me, I asked you to have a black chain school bottle with August and November's birthstone in the bottle. You said it would be ready by now. Me, to the woman, 1 second, let me finish with him and I'll be right with you. I do these alone. My mom walks around here in case I need her to help and drive me home. CB, okay. So I finish with the man and I tell him to come back in about 30 minutes and turn to her. Me, I'm sorry ma'am, how may I help you? CB basically repeats the same phrase as earlier. Me, okay ma'am, how would you like to pay? I take cash and PayPal. Goes to mom and after the day we transfer to me. CB, cash. Me, okay ma'am, it's $15. CB, well, I only have $10. Me, well, I told you it was $15. CB, can you do it for 10? It's for my sick daughter with her kids' birthstones. Me, well, ma'am, I'm so sorry. I can't give it to you, as I'm putting it down in a box with others to sell later. If you can't pay, it goes into the box. CB huffs out. Won't $10 do? You're not 16. You need an adult anyways. It's the rules. Me, well, I'm not alone. My mom went off to check on something. I turn to help someone who's been eating patiently and sees my mom and flag her down in case this lady tries something. Mom, as she walks over, OP, turn around. Me, turns and sees OP with the box of to sell items and grab her arms. What are you doing? CB, well, it's mine. Mom, is it OP? In that voice. I explain the whole situation and my mom tells her she can't have it if she can't pay. CB decides to walk off with not just her necklace, but also 3 others. Nice man, noticing the situation, chases the ladies down and grab the boxes and returning them to me. Here you go, little lady. Security notice at this place, the people around backed my story and CB got kicked out. Nice man ended up getting a discount to use when he wanted for getting my stuff back since I can't leave my booth because I don't want stuff get stolen. Honestly, I've read so much in this subreddit but never thought anything would happen to me. Well, that woman should be ashamed of herself stealing from a minor. Honestly, she needs some amount of jail time to wake up. We have here the second story written by /Crack-a-Barrel. Starving friend denies help. Friend, 28 years old female, let's call her Jade, was spoiled financially from age 12 to 18 by her father and developed habits of eating out, eating pre-made stuff, never cooked, best brands of candy every day. At 18, dad cuts her off. He and the mother are divorced and now for the past 10 years, she's struggling with meeting ends, working part-time jobs. This year, it hit really hard since her government welfare ended. Now, she, her mom, and her brother, 18 months, are living for mom's 300 euros salary. Jade, by being really picky with food, is actually starving. She claims that she needs about 7 euros per meal that she would eat. She refuses to cook, and now they don't even have a stove to cook on, just microwave. Me, 24 years old female, I grew up in a bit more financially responsible family, and we barely eat out, we cook at home, and usually brings meals to work, etc. Despite meeting ends well, I managed to make a price of meal for about 2 to 3 euros. It is simple but healthy food, usually rice or buckwheat, plus some meat, eggs, bread, vegetables. It doesn't even get that repetitive for me, even though the meals do look absolutely basic. Well, Jade, being my friend for 11 years, has been opening up and complaining lately, a lot. She actually is starving. She said lack of chocolate drives her crazy, and that she barely eats anything at all because mother doesn't give her money to eat, and she doesn't like to eat what mom's buys. And so she asked for help. I offer her dark chocolate since we have a lot at home. Rejected. I offered to cook for her rice, buckwheat, eggs, and give her vegetables, fruit, bread. Rejected. I kept offering help, and she said I'm offering her food that she doesn't like. And if I want to help, I should give her cash. I do want to help her, but not in cash, since she would spend it in 2 days what I could make food for 1 week with the same amount. I was offering healthy stuff that I eat myself, but it is not good enough for her. Well, I snapped and said, let me know when poverty and starvation lower your standards. Well, good for OP for handling this perfectly. If you give her cash, you're enabling her CB behavior. Well, let her starve, and she'll figure it out eventually. Next up, we have the third story. CB doesn't understand that her donation is not worth 400 bucks. Throwaway account because friends and family know me on my real one. I'm a receptionist at a high-end hair salon. Our salon gives complimentary haircuts if you donate your hair to a well-known charity that uses the hair to create wigs and hairpieces for people with cancer. This free haircut is only valid with our new talent stylists, in other words the younger ones just out of training, who are looking to add new clients to their books. ChoosingBeggar calls not only wanting a complimentary haircut, but also a free color service with one of our master stylists. This stylist is a color educator, has thousands of followers on Instagram, and her haircut starts at 90 bucks. The balayage color service the CB wants for free would cost in the ballpark of 300 to 500 bucks with this particular stylist. In other words, we're looking at 390 bucks service minimum. Here was our conversation. CB, I need a cut-in color. I'd like to make an appointment for this weekend with upper tier stylist. Me, okay, sounds good. Upper tier stylist had a cancellation on Sunday afternoon, so we can fit you in. Have you had any services with her before? CB, no, I've never been to your salon, but I've saw her on pictures on Instagram and I really like the way she does your balayage. I'm going to want that. Can I bring in the pictures to show her what I want? Me, yes, that's always a good idea. Her color services come with a free consultation so that you can talk about what you want and she can give you some pricing options. CB, oh, I'll be donating my hair. It's almost waist length. I know the service is free if you donate your hair. Me, we do offer complimentary haircuts with a select stylist if you're donating 12 inches of hair or more to charity. Would you like me to switch you to one of the eligible stylists? CB, no. I want my hair done with upper tier stylist. I wouldn't trust a low-level person with my hair. Me, okay, I can keep you with upper tier stylist, but there would be a charge for the haircut. CB, that is stupid. Why should it matter who cuts my hair? Charity is going to be getting a beautiful hair donation. Me, you can always donate your hair, although the haircut would only be complimentary with a new talent stylist. I could book you for a complimentary cut with one of the new talent stylists, and you can schedule a separate color service with upper tier stylists if you would like. CB, well, if I schedule them separately, then I would have to pay for the color, right? I need to get them done together, so I don't have to pay for the color, and I don't trust some kid just out of school with my hair. Me, ma'am, only haircuts are complimentary with a donation. Color is not included. CB, that is stupid. Don't you people want my hair donation? Me, well, it would be great if you would like to donate your hair, but we do not offer free color services with a donation, only a cut. CB, that doesn't make sense. You're really going to keep charity from getting donation just because you're too cheap to include color? Me, ma'am, if you want a cut and color services with upper tier stylists, I'll be glad to make an appointment for you, but you'll have to pay full price. If you would like a complimentary haircut with a donation, I will be happy to make an appointment with you with one of those new talent stylists. There are no complimentary color services with anyone. CB, I know someone who works for charity and they want hair with fresh color so that their wigs that they make will look beautiful. I can't believe you people actually send them hair that looks like ratchet. You're not doing them any favors. Me, ma'am, hair donation are usually lifted with a light blonde or white so that it can be colored later. The color of the hair we give makes no difference and it's not relevant to the donation. CB, that is not true at all. You people are gross. I'm telling my friend at charity that you cheapskates don't care if their wigs are ugly. You're actually keeping children with cancer from getting nice wigs just because you're too cheap to include color. Me, ma'am, I think it's best for you if you take your donation to another salon. Thanks for calling. Hangs up. Let me guess, there's no friend that works at charity at all. Just her spewing nonsense, hoping that OP would cave. Moving on to the fourth story shared by /CuriousDodger18. No, I'm not going to reimburse the gas money you chose to spend. So I used to work at a well-known dollar store chain. One night, I was working at the register when this one lady and her young child come into the store and start to wander around. A few minutes later, whilst I'm helping another customer at the checkout, this lady comes straight to me and interrupts me and my current customer's conversation. CB, excuse me, where are the Roman candlesticks? I know you have them. I saw some of them the other day. I was confused as we didn't sell fireworks at this time of the year, but she then clarified that she wanted candlesticks. She was quite rude and condescending in her tone, and while I smiled politely, I could already see she was going to have my head. Why? Because we didn't sell those. The other dollar store, different chain across town, I believe did, but I wasn't sure. What I did know is that I had been working here for 5 months and had never seen them. I politely informed her that I didn't think we sold them, but she's welcome to look in our seasonal candles and home appliances sections. The customer I was helping prior to her interruption looked mildly annoyed but remained silent. CB, no. I've already looked there and I didn't see them. I need these candles and I want you to look in the back now. I groaned in my head but kept my poker face and nodded to her. Me, okay ma'am, I will go and see if we have any as soon as I finish with my customer here. She signed dramatically and tapped her foot while her kid held her hand and looked around the store bored. I finished up with my customer and walked to our back storage area to look for her candles. My coworker was on break for the lunch, so I was left alone in the store. She almost followed me into our back area and I had to stop her and point to the employees only sign on the double doors. She rolled her eyes and stood there to wait. I look at our home appliance storage and candles area. I already knew we didn't have what she wanted, but to do as she asked, I muddled around the back area for a bit. 2 minutes later, I came back to her and let her know we didn't sell what she was looking for. We bantered back and forth for a few minutes and I told her she may find them at the other store across town. She signed and groaned very loudly and glared at me. CB, well, can you at least pay for what it cost me to get here? I drove 15 minutes to get here, and you owe me this for not having what I needed and wasting my time. Your customer service sucks. I stared at her incredulously. Me, you want me to reimburse your gas? CB, yes. Now hurry up, it's getting late. I'll take $7 and leave now. She then held out her hand like an impudent child expecting a treat. I just stared and then shook my head, walking away from her. Me, no, I'm not doing that. For one, it's against store policy, and two, you maybe should have called ahead to see if we had it. I apologize, ma'am, but that isn't going to happen. She got really pissed and started to yell at me, following me back up to the counter. I calmly explained that the store holds up to no responsibility for her making the decision to drive here and spend the money of her own volition. Eventually, she left, and she dragged her kid with her. Some crazy customers I've had in here you wouldn't believe, but thanks for reading my story. TLDR, my store didn't have what the CB lady wanted, so she expected me to pay for her gas money she spent to get here. Well, if we apply the same logic, then I need $5 from you for reading this story. My time is valuable. The final story is shared by /Foonhouse. Mother wants to use my artwork for free because she is my mother. Context, my mother is a narcissist, a boomer in every meaning of the word. I went to art school for a long time. I've been trying to sell my work for a while. TLDR, my mother steals my art for baby shirts. I steal my art back and refuses to return the stolen scans unless she pays me for them. She has a hissy fit and blames her entrepreneurial failure on me despite only giving the shirts out for free. During my art school days, I went through a very successful phase of drawing watercolor animals that myself, my friends, and my teacher liked. They were a big hit, and I was very proud of each one I made. I made the mistake of showing a few to my mother after she nearly forced her way into my sketchbooks that I kept very private at the time. Her first reaction to a few key pieces was, "This would look so cute on baby clothes." At the time I just thought, oh, haha, I guess so. I had no intention on selling them on shirts. At best, I thought they would make good stickers since they are the right size for them. Fast forward to the last year, happy 2020. And suddenly, my mother still dead us on making my designs into baby shirts. This is something she was very ambitious about, but I wanted no part in. She forced me to scan and select few of my works. The consequences at the time were very mean, but I can't be butted to remember what they were. And then used them to her hurt's content. A few days later, I had a therapy session and I talked about this to my therapist. She and I had came up with a plan that basically said, if you want any more of my designs, pay me first. My mother had told me that if she sold the shirts that I would get zero of the profit because I didn't put enough work in her process, and it was ridiculous for me to ask for money for a doodle. As per my therapist's suggestion, I started seriously looking into commission contracts. I had a sit down with my mom about what my therapist and I talked about, and she blew me off completely. I told her either you sign a commission contract if you want any more of my work and or if you want me to make new designs, or else you go pay someone else to make your designs. Her response was very typical narcissist boomer behavior. Well, you're my child and I let you go to art school, so you owe me for that. Very important note is that my school is a charter, meaning that you didn't have to pay to go to there. But my parents insisted that they paid thousands for my tuition even though there was none, and I knew there was no tuition. All you had to do was to get past the 10% acceptance rate, pay for the transportation and a few classes, and you were good. Anyway, time goes on, and my mother tries to sell her baby shirts with absolutely no luck. No one wants them. She tells her coworkers about the shirts, but no one has a use for them since she works in a building that is literally only people who are over the hill and who have grandchildren that are too big for very limited designs. She resorts to giving them for free at any and every baby showers that she can get her grubby hands on, and each reaction is not great. I honestly would be surprised if the unfortunate recipients still have those shirts. Then the time comes around for her to ask for more. She misplaced a folder full of my 4 scans, or I may have been taking it away, who knows, and she comes crawling to me for wanting more. I don't know what happened to my folder, so I want your sketchbook so I can scan more. Also, make more art for me, she told me. Will you pay me for my work? I asked. I already told you no, now give me them and make more. Will you give me any of the profit you make off the shirts? No, and I've given up on selling them. Now they're only going to be gifts. I then held firm on my previous discussion of commission contract, thanks therapist, and told her that I'm going to refuse to give her a single piece without payment. My pieces take a lot of time to make and I'm already in school, so you're asking me to work this into my already busy schedule. I'm not moving on this. Her response? A hissy fit. She can't believe that her child is asking to be paid for their work. So she resorts to the worst alternative. Fine then, I'll just get images off Google and sell those since you're being unfairly rude to me. I tried to tell her that is in fact illegal, but she won't listen. She's just too hurt by her unfair child to listen to the law. To this day, she has not found a single baby shower to let her stolen designs to and force her upon unlucky mother-to-be. She has completely given up her goals to sell those, and our shirt's press has a fine cake of dust on it now. She blames her failure on me and refuses to support any more of my art accomplishments because I was mean to her for not letting her steal my art. I don't feel bad at all. Well, if the mother really wants it, then she could ask her nicely about it, but nope, she just straight up steal it and force her to hand out her hard work. That's it for today, fellow humans. Thanks for watching. Be sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. See you guys next time.